Hey there, everyone. I am Cora, and I am here with the one and only Space Dad, Josh Keaton. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Awesome.
And thank you so much for coming out to the Dallas area for Fan Expo. I know that
a great time. Yeah.
I know a lot of fans are really excited to see you. I've seen your booth just like with swarms of people.
Yeah, you caught me in a nice little lull, so it's good.
Yeah. We're good at that. Good timing.
Yeah, great time.
But I'm always curious with actors, what was your acting background? So what was the first thing that you were in that you're like, yes, this is what I want to do?
Well, it's weird because I was a child actor, so I started when I was like 4. Basically, I have 3 sisters. I have an older sister. She got into the business through like talent shows, and she got an agent from winning a talent competition. And she was at a commercial audition, and I was just there because I couldn't be at home because I was 4 and my dad was working and I had to tag along. And I ended up booking this commercial. She didn't. And so I just kind of started auditioning for things after that. And I did some voiceover stuff here and there, mostly live action stuff, because when you're a kid, they try to find adults to play kid voices because they can work longer, they're easier to direct and all of that.
Sure.
But there are some projects that still insist on a kid. Like I was Linus in one of the Peanuts specials, and that they wanted kids. You didn't know that. But it's I did some stuff here and there, and then once I did Hercules, the Disney movie, I was the young Hercules in that. I got a voiceover agent, and that's when I really started being sent out for more and more voice roles. But I'd say that I always had a love for that. I always had a love for performing. I always had a love for making a fool of myself. And when I was that 4-year-old, I was dressing up as He-Man and running around the supermarket, and I would just dance on tables at like at restaurants. I mean, until I was taken down by my parents, and they're like, "You can't do that here." But I'm like, well, I need to do it somewhere. So yeah, I've always loved doing this.
Well, so it was kind of like this nice way to express yourself as a kid without getting in trouble.
Absolutely.
So you've done video game voice acting, you've done cartoons, live action. What do you think, or what would you say is your favorite role that you've done? Because you've done so many.
Well, I would have to say it's a toss-up between Spider-Man and Shiro from Voltron. Spider-Man, because Spider-Man was my childhood superhero. Like that was my dude. Like I read Spider-Man comics. I identified with him because I'm a geek. I got bullied in high school. Like I so much of the same stuff. And even just having that double life where at school I was really puny growing up in school, and I was into science and I was into computers, and so I was kind of pegged as a geek. And if you get pegged as a geek in like 8th grade, that follows you all through high school. So I was not a cool kid in high school. And however, I was still an actor, and I had a whole separate group of friends that didn't go to my high school that I just knew through acting. And I didn't have that stigma attached to me there. So that was almost kind of like my superhero life. And then I went back to getting bullied at school. And so I totally identified with Peter. And so he's always going to have a real special place in my heart. But Shiro, I've spent a lot more time with the character. I've played him in a lot more episodes. I've done a lot more just thinking about his psyche and all of that. And I relate a lot to him as well. I mean, I'm in a different place in my life now. I am a dad. He's not a father, but I mean, he's still like the guy that everybody looks up to lead them. And so, I mean, I feel like I share a lot in common with him as well. And so I'd say that it's a toss-up between those two.
Excellent. Wonderful. I also love your role as Shiro, so
Thank you.
that also is just like, yes.
They love it too.
Of course. Now, what is one role that you want to play, whether it's one that's already been done or not? What is one that you would, like, drop of a hat, do?
That's a hard one. I've gotten to check off so many of the boxes that it's really hard to think of somebody. I mean, I would say Wolverine, but Steve Blum is already like my Wolverine, so I don't know how I would ever come close to that. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I've been so fortunate to be able to play so many of the characters that I would have loved to play that that it's kind of hard to come up with one.
All right, then to kind of narrow it down a little bit, what is a franchise that you would like to voice act or act in, whether it's Marvel, DC, another kind of video game franchise, anything like that?
I really wanted to be on My Little Pony. I really wanted to do an episode of My Little Pony, like, because my daughter loves My Little Pony, loves My Little Pony. We watch it together. Like, I'm friends with Tara. Like, I would have loved to be a part of that. But I think it's a Canadian show, and I'm not Canadian, so. But,
Fair point.
Yeah. I would, My Little Pony for sure.
All right, well, Hasbro, now that you are totally watching our video, hire Josh Keaton to be.
Transformers. I did Transformers. I'm a Hasbro guy.
Yeah, see, he's already a member of the family.
Yes.
So make a Transformer pony or a space pony and...
Ooh, yeah, Space Pony. I like that.
Actually, yeah, make a space pony and Josh Keaton is available.
All right.
All right, thank you so much for talking with us today. It was a great pleasure to speak with you.
Likewise.